The Northwoods of Minnesota is a vast expanse of natural beauty. But with winter temperatures dropping well below zero, it's definitely a place where you want to be prepared. And so I'm here for 2 days with my dog at our remote cabin, seeking shelter from the cold and hitting the trails, exploring some of the further depths of this incredible wilderness. So join us as we make some good food and huddle around the fire, because this is Tiny Cabin Life. We're making our way to our cabin in the middle of the Chippewa National Forest in northern Minnesota. And during a winter where snow has been hard to come by, there's just enough up here to be able to get out and have some fun. Our cabin overlooks this little lake here. And while it's not the largest or deepest body of water, it's got a rugged wilderness quality to it that I think is really cool. The temperature right now in the cabin is extremely cold, hovering just above 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, we're back at the family cabin for a couple of days here. It's very, very cold. Right now outside it's about 5 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's gonna drop to well below zero overnight. I've been looking forward to coming up here, mainly because we've been lacking in snow further down south. And while there's not like a ton up here, there's at least enough to get out on the snowmobile tomorrow and hit a trail, which I'm really, really excited for. Now, something that I am going to do before it gets dark is I'm going to add some lumber to our wood shed over here. I built it the last time we were all up, but I ran out of wood. I want to put more wood on the back as well as the sides. So we're going to at least put a couple of these boards up, get that thing fortified a bit. Well, I'm happy to say that the cabin is slowly but surely warming up. As you can see, the temperature on the far wall over here is now at about 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Still cold, but that's better than, 5 degrees or whatever it was when we got here. So we're on the right track. Well, my olive oil is frozen solid, so we're gonna have to warm it up over by the fire for a second. us to be safe and to have a great time. Amen. Oh my gosh. This looks absolutely incredible. The pepperoni marinara cheese and pesto is just combining perfectly. It's so incredibly good.
My name is Mike Nelson. My job, underwater research. I've had many tough underwater assignments. I've been hired to photograph sharks for scientific institutions.
Anybody ever watch this show? It's called Sea Hunt, and it's great. It's about this diver who, goes on all these dangerous missions, and, somebody always ends up trying to kill him or something.
Suddenly the eel struck, fastening its teeth in his hand like fish hooks.
It's over the top, but it's a lot of fun. My dad got us into this when my brother and I became certified divers.
Now!
Look at this dog. This dog is so cute. What are you doing? You camera shy? Well, good morning, everybody. It's absolutely beautiful outside, although it is cold. The temperature right now is about -2 degrees, but I think it's supposed to warm up a little bit as the day moves on, so that'll be good. Definitely looking forward to having a full day up here. Gonna get out and do some exploring, but for now, just gonna enjoy watching the sun come up. Wow, it is gorgeous down here right now. It's just so amazing to me how a sunny day in the wintertime like this just brings all of your surroundings to life. You can see the tracks in the snow here, and I just love how that sunlight illuminates the evergreens. You having fun, girl? Oh, you're such a good doggy. It's pretty cool being able to walk out on the lake like this. I don't know why I don't do this more often here in the wintertime. The ice is super thick up here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's well over 2 feet of ice on this lake.
It's been a lot colder here, and that's made for some really good ice making on these lakes, especially these smaller ones. Well, I think it's about time to head back to the cabin and make some breakfast so we can get out on some trails with the snowmobile. Dear God, thank you for another day at the cabin. Help us to have fun and be safe. Amen. Just look at that. Egg, sausage, pico, cheese, and we've got Tapatio hot sauce. Doesn't get much better than that. All right, it's time to go for a little trail ride. Now I could probably just ride this thing straight out of the cabin and get to the trail that I want to explore, but I don't know how the trails are going to be getting there, and so I figured just to be safe, since I'm a newbie at this, might as well drive this thing on the trailer over there. We'll unload and head into the woods. And don't worry, Ellie is safe and sound at the cabin. In fact, after this ride, my plan is to try to build her a seat so that she can ride along on the snowmobile, especially because we have a big trip coming up next week. But for now, I just wanted to get out and do some exploring, and so she's better off back at the cabin. Getting the sled off of the trailer is very simple. However, it would be nice in the future to just be able to ride straight out of the cabin. Well guys, this is the trail right here. I've ridden it with my scooter during the summertime, and it's much more of a rugged trail, but right now it looks like it's plowed, which is really weird. Hopefully we can get further into the woods, get away from the plowed road, and have some fun. We'll see. The trail that we're exploring is part of a larger network of trails that takes us further into the Chippewa National Forest. And so with that being the case, I'm confident that we'll find something a little more interesting further down the road. You run when you go on these smaller trails that aren't maintained. As you can see, we've got a big tree down in the middle of the trail. It does look like I might be able to get around it here and continue because we're super close to the lake. Let's give it a shot. I think that's as far as we're gonna go. Thankfully, I'm close enough to the lake where we can walk the rest of the way. Well, that certainly is a lot of fun, but I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little nervous for the ride back. Only because, you know, when you buy something used, as much due diligence as you put into it, you never quite know all the quirks. So hopefully that thing starts back up and we can get out of here. Here she is. Wow, it's beautiful.
This little lake is very typical of what you'll see when you get out into the further reaches of the forest. It's a fairly small body of water surrounded by marshland, and this one actually empties out into a small creek, which we crossed on the snowmobile earlier on the ride. All in all, it's a beautiful sight and a perfect reward for our efforts here.
I just love being out in the winter like this because you feel so isolated, which can certainly be a scary feeling if you're not prepared, but if you are, it's very invigorating and very, very meaningful. It always just seems to remind me how small I am in the best possible way. That I'm just a tiny speck in this grand and beautiful place that we all call home. Hopefully she starts. All right, guys, I'll see you back at the trailer. So nice being able to have these little fires out on the deck here. I mean, how do you argue with that view? It's incredible. All right, so tonight we are busting out the Campfire from High West. This stuff is so good. It's a blend of straight rye whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, and blended malt scotch. That scotch gives it that smoky flavor, which is perfect around the campfire. So good. And with real ice this time. every time I drink this, I'm out in the woods, so I never have ice. It's either snow that I use to like chill it or water it down, or it's nothing. So this is a little bit of luxury. Just look at that. Ground beef, pico de gallo, hot sauce. Doesn't get much better. You know, when I'm out at any of our cabins at night, I love to just like sit by the wood stove and listen to music. I don't know, I just feel like music can be a time machine, take you back to some of the best or even like worst moments of your life. And I find that it's like really meaningful to do that because it helps me remember where I've come from and keeps me grateful for where I'm at. And so I love to take this time. All right, I am beat, and so is Ellie. So we're gonna get some shut-eye, but we'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Good night. Everybody, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for coming along. I just love this cabin. It always will hold a special place in my heart because it's our family cabin. We've got so many memories up here and I love creating new ones every time we come up. I want to thank our patrons for generously donating to this channel, but to all of you who watch our videos, thank you so much. Your support is what allows us to make videos on a weekly basis, to do new things, to improve the quality, and more than anything, just to have fun and share it with you. And so it means the world to us, and we're so grateful for your support. But with that, it's time for me to head out and get home to the family. We'll see you next week. God bless.